Hi everyone, welcome back to this podcast. I apologize in advance for my voice. I'm still dealing with allergies, but let's keep moving. Today, for the first time on this podcast, I have a guest. Andreea Sandu is my very first guest. And what better way than letting her introduce herself? Because I'm going to say she's amazing and all of that, but you want to hear it from her. Hi, Andreea. Thanks for being here.
Hello, Morgan. Thank you so much for having me, and what an honor to be your first guest.
Thanks. I'm
Oh my
very
God, that's
happy.
exciting. I even didn't know about that.
Yeah, because I used to have a podcast before, like another one, and I had guests, but on this one, I wasn't sure. And then when we met last week, we're like, yeah, let's do this. So you actually helped me make the decision to have guests on my podcast. Yeah, thank you.
Like I said, it's an honor to be here with all of you. And hello, everyone. Nice to meet you, even virtually. I'm Andreea Sandu. I'm just going to give you just a hint about who I am and what I'm doing, because if you want to figure out more, you can just type Andreea Sandu and find me on Facebook. Obviously, you can dig in and get your curiosity out there and see what I'm about and what I'm doing. But just in a short sentence, I'm helping you mostly solve all most of the problem in business when it comes down to feel overwhelmed with all those offers that, to be honest, feels unnecessary. And not only that feels, but they are unnecessary, or feels important, but they are unnecessary, to be honest. So I focus mostly on supporting entrepreneur women, also men, to scale towards 10K monthly with one single offer. But more of that, like I said, you can find out on my profile. There are quite exciting things over there.
Yeah, absolutely. And your Facebook group, but we will talk again about it by the end. And of course, I will put the links for people to contact you and all of that under this episode. So you were saying that, the overwhelming business, all the offers. What are people feeling usually? What are they facing, feeling, thinking when they come to you?
So, before everything, I've conducted a couple of market research before I speak about me and about my experience and what makes me qualified to talk about. I made some market research, and what I came out from that market research was that most of the big coaches in our industry, they get to be known for one single thing and one single offer, which when we go to them to learn, they are selling us a total different offer, a total different funnel. So I was like, something didn't click inside me. And I always sold one offer at a time. Like I was focusing around 6 months to a year to selling one single offer, because that's the time that needs to maturate an offer.
Mm,
And when I conducted this research, I was shocked to learn that around 70% of the coaches, they don't make it to the third year.
wow.
And going even more deeper, I did also market research speaking with, I don't want to lie, but there are around 70 something plus people, coaches in general, and I was asking what's the biggest struggle, and they were like, okay, time that I set up my entire funnel, time that I set up my freebie, from my freebie my $27 offer, from the 27 my 47, the 97, the 497, and after we go into the mid high ticket, which is 197 or 297 or even 4K, and after from there, time that I'm thinking what should I create at the next level, and after the next level, like a mini mastermind, the inner circle.
Mm,
So I was like, okay, how long does it take you to do all that? And a lot of them they answered me they were stuck in the creation mode for over a year and a half,
mm,
which is quite sad, because I always say when you start a business, you what keeps you going is the revenue. If you don't make money, what's point in creating all those beautiful things and just spending time behind the scene?
right. Yeah.
So now talking from my experience with all of that, with all the market research and everything that I know and I knew also in the past, I messed it up also myself. I saw a really nice coach. I was in love with her. I was like, oh my God, this woman speaks directly to me,
Mm.
speaks directly to my problem, speaks directly to the way that I wanted to run my business. And guess what?
Disappointment.
I invested 2000 just to learn that I need a funnel.
Oh, wow. No, 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 no.
And because I was in the early pregnancy stage where my hormones they was up to the roof, it was quite annoying because I actually tried it and it kept me stuck for almost 2 months and a half to 4 months
Wow.
because I was 2 months only in creating and planning everything and designing everything and blah 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 blah. I was selling a mastermind, right? And I didn't have the sales that I was aiming for the mastermind. And I'm like, okay, this woman can help me. Actually, this coach can help me. So when I stepped in, she was like, okay, into your mini mastermind, you actually need to have the three pillars. Well, which I have. I always speak about main three pillars that you do in your business. And she was like, yes, but you need a funnel for every single pillar.
Mm.
So I let you imagine how many offers I had to lay out. And I did market research. And I offered to everyone 50% off when I'm launching. Obviously, never freaking happened that. Never, ever. I stopped it.
Mm.
I was at finishing the first funnel. And I was like, you know what? F this shit. No, doesn't work like that. I'm going back to my framework. I'm selling just my mini mastermind, and I am totally fine. Which happened. I was totally fine.
Mm. Yeah, and it's not like you didn't have any experience in business because you had grown several businesses before, even if it was not only online, right? So you already knew, like you were not a new business owner.
No, I come. My background is on brick and mortar business. So my first company was a cleaning company, and
Mm.
from the cleaning company, which I opened it when I was 17, I started cleaning, and I got a contract with a huge residential, and there was a lot of blocks and flats over there. So I had to have more ladies helping me to clean. I can't say employ them because I was still 17, so the company wasn't officially. But I
Mm.
was just taking ladies with me and I was paying them the commission by Saturday. So yeah, I was taking the commission out and paying them their salary. So for me it was fine, even if wasn't 100% on the paper and legally, let's say it like that. But I was just 17, I didn't know all that, all the logistics.
Right. Yeah, because you
Yes,
don't learn that at school, unfortunately.
well, it was quite a long time ago. I can't even believe how how much time has passed.
Yeah, time flies by so fast. And I don't know, it feels like this year is flying by even faster than ever. Like it's scary.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yes. So my everything that I record, I remember from this year was January, March, and I'm here.
Right? Yeah, it's like you sneeze once and then boom.
Yeah,
What's going on? Yeah. So, wow, this problem that you're talking about in the coaching industry has burned so many people. And this is a conversation that I have with my clients and with people in my audience, how some people know how to market themselves, but they're not fully transparent. And therefore, it creates deception because you're going to hear people say, don't talk about the how. And I say, don't talk about the how, but I say, don't lead with the how. It's not the how that's going to make someone want to work with you, However, the how is going to be a filter. Because if you're saying to someone, I'm going to help you make 10K per month, and then you're like, okay, what is it about? Is it coaching? Is it whatever? And if you don't tell people what it's gonna be, then it's like, how is it? Is it with social media? Do I have to have a TikTok account? Because no, thank you. I mean, to each their own. But I always talk about not relying only on social media. Or is it about some weird manifestation thing that I'm not about? Because you have to know what you're investing in. And so many coaches are not transparent about that. So it's like, don't lead with the how became don't talk about the how, but you still need to know what you're investing in to see if it's aligned with your values, with the way your brain works. So how would you describe your way of doing things? Like if someone is like listening and they're like, oh, I would love to know more about this group, like scalable group offer, but how is Andreea working exactly? Will I have to create reels 3 times per day, or this kind of thing?
So, guys, when it comes down to social media, each profile is different. And when I'm saying it's different, I test it. Uh, I was posting 20 times a day.
20? Wow.
Yes, just to test.
Mm,
Yes, because volume is going to give you testing, right?
yeah.
And I got over 160 leads in 2 weeks by posting 20 times a day. In full
Wow.
transparency, all the posts was short posts dictated to ChatGPT.
Okay.
So I was using voice dictated, and ChatGPT was written there for me, and me copy paste and bam, copy paste and bam, copy paste and bam,
Okay.
copy paste and bam. So in this way, I managed to get, and I had in all my posts, I had 2 call to actions.
Okay.
Always 2 call to action. One was for a freebie, and one was for my Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
So I just tested to see it work. If it work or not, yes, it worked.
Okay.
But I got data.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going, guys, to tell you to post 20 times a day for God's sake. It's not something that I want you to put this pressure on you. Each profile is different, and also with my clients that I'm speaking, and unfortunately, my profile requires 6 posts a day. So if I post less than 6, it's a mess, and my post has to be quality. In
Yeah.
the bad days, I'm going with 3 posts a day. In the good days, I'm going with 10. So
Okay.
I'm averaging, by end of the month, I'm averaging 6 posts, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
So even because Facebook doesn't look exactly at the 24 hours posting, they make the average of the 28 days post.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that. But I love that you said that each profile is different. This is so key. Like I've mentioned before in previous episodes how I made an experiment to post 4 times per day with someone who made a challenge, and it did, like, the more I was posting, the less I had reach. Like my reach tanked. The more I posted, the more I was just exhausting myself, and it wasn't doing anything for me.
So
So I love
why?
your
Because you
answer.
was exhausting, your energy wasn't there. And let me tell you something, even though we all are energy, right? I'm not going through spirituality, but we are energy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we all
So
have different
when
capacity,
you
different.
when you feel overwhelmed and you post, your post doesn't transmit the same vibration. Did you ever felt when you speak with someone, example, if someone texts you and you feel if it's a cold pitch, even if they say
Oh
just
yeah,
hi,
absolutely. Oh yeah, you smell it like from miles away.
straight away, right? The same thing is also with posting. So because you was getting tired, you was getting overwhelmed, you was getting like, gosh, can't wait to finish this. Your post wasn't created from a point of creativity, wasn't created from the message that you actually your heart wants to transmit out there. And this is why I said never use ChatGPT on posting. I did copywriting course a few years ago, and I'm redoing it also now. I love the course that I love them. I always revisit them from time to time, just a brain refresh. Especially, guys, for those who doesn't know, I'm a mom for the first time, so I was going through that hormonal situation where instead of when I was washing the fork, the cutleries, I was washing them. Instead of putting them into the dishwasher, I put them into the bin.
Oh, that's, yeah, no.
Yes, this is where my brain was. And the worst thing was when I put my soup in a plate, and instead of putting it into the microwave, I put it back in the fridge, and the microwave finished, and when I opened it, my soup disappeared. So my
Oh,
brain was like, what the heck is going on? So guys, for one, that was hormonal messed up with the first pregnancy. I didn't even know how to manage it. So nobody talks about. I'm telling you, don't try ChatGPT, and don't try to work from a place that you are not in.
mm,
If you need to create your post, if you know that you have your posting day, try to change room, go outside, listen music, do anything else that you don't do it in the normal days. And I'm telling you why, because our brain gets on autopilot. It's like driving.
yeah.
You just
Mm,
sit in and you drive, you know where is the shop, and you even didn't pay attention anymore most of the time to the street, because you know so good the road to the shop that you know when to stop, when to
right.
turn right, when to turn left, when you know. So the same thing happens with our brain in the same place. But if we change that, we change the emotion inside, we change our vibration. And if you feel really down, have a shower, change your clothes, and then go out, or then change the room,
Mm,
because
wow.
it's like cleaning your energy. And this is why sometimes posts are actually tanking, because of the
Okay.
energy that you put in.
So yeah, I was actually wondering, and I've never heard anyone talk about that because like it doesn't make sense. Like everyone says the more you post, the more you have reach. And like I said, that was an experiment because I'm not a social media person. I don't like social media except to connect with people, network, etc. But I don't like the whole posting algorithm. So it's painful. So I was basically doing the work to tick a box on the to-do list, if I'm being honest. So I guess the algorithm can feel it
No,
in the
people
sense
can sense
that
it.
people like
People sense
if
it and scroll past.
yeah, and
Because
then they don't engage. So that's what I say when I say the algorithm can feel. It doesn't feel, but I mean, if people feel it, the algorithm is like, oh, people are not responding. This is not a good post, even if it's technically coherent. Like you give value technically, but it
yes,
doesn't catch attention. Wow, I never thought of that.
if the emotion are not there, if you don't do it because you want to do it, if you do it because you are forced to do it, people
Mm.
sense it.
Ah, okay. I
I
never
know it's
thought of that.
strange, but yes. And when you don't want to do something, is another tips that I can give you, is put the playlist that you love.
Mm,
Listen to the song that you love and say, okay, two songs in and that's it, out.
mm,
So that's another way of doing what you don't like. But coming back to my method, so I'm
mhm.
not going to force you guys to post 20 times a day. But one thing that I want to mention and is very important about social media, and I was burned on social media really badly.
Okay.
And at the same time, I made also multiple times six figure on social media. And I
Mm,
made six figure on social media when I just came on the market. Nobody know me. I didn't have any followers. So zero followers.
mhm.
But what I had was a community.
Oh,
So now think about you work your ass off to grow your followers on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, wherever you want, right? And suddenly Bam! Your profile disappear.
Oh, I talk about this all the time. Yeah,
What are you left with? Email addresses? Well, yes, but not everyone wanted to share the email address with you.
true.
Now, if you build a community, and when I mean a community, I mean either a Facebook group, either a school, either take them on a different platform that you pay for that community, whatever you want, but a community where you actually have control on your leads. On
Mm.
your followers, you don't have control. Yes, you can just say hello, hi, thank you for following me. Nice connecting. Fair point, yes, and you should do that. Don't get me wrong, you should do it every single person. Do I do it? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. So don't get offensive if you are going to follow me and you don't get the hello. Guys, I'm joking. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't do. But the bridge, what I do is actually I support them design a curriculum, an offer that is easy to sell,
Mm.
that leads with the transformation and doesn't lead with the information.
Mm.
Information, ChatGPT, Cloud, Google, free webinars, free challenges, freebies, for God's sake, everywhere. Even in this podcast, we give free stuff, we give free information. So you only if they pay attention to this podcast, they already have a lot of tips,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of do and do not, if that makes sense. So you
Yeah.
see, information we find everywhere.
Mm.
But what is the where are we going with this information? How are we using this information?
Yeah, right. Because you can have all the information in the world if you're not accountable towards yourself or a coach, if you work with someone, if you don't know how to apply it, then it's just knowledge.
So this is what I'm saying. We build that offer that is easy to sell, is easy to market. And when I'm saying easy, don't think that we have a wand and a swish, 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 and the magic happens and we sell our offer. No, it is, we focus on 3 pillars, 6 module that we always talk about it.
Mm.
Yes, inside the module, you can have sub-module, but you never talk about your sub-modules.
Right.
So basically, you have a roadmap. And on your
Mm.
social media, you talk about your roadmap. Like on my social media, I speak about design your offer, sell your offer, and scale it. Now, how do we design it? I told you right now. How do you sell it? We need to sell it through social media. Yes, 100%. You use social media. You use your community. You use your how you call them. You use your email list. You organize mini money events, which I know that you are calling it a bit different on the other end. But we all have our own method and our own
Right.
thoughts. So every end of the month, in my community, inside Design to Scale Offer Accelerator, we don't work. Like basically, we don't have calls. We have only guest expert trainings starting now from September. So either they show up live, either they get the recording. But the main focus of our members are to deliver a mini money event. Now, what's that mini money event? A mini money event can be a 3 days experience or a 5 day experience,
Mm.
followed by a masterclass or a webinar. Now you're going to tell me, am I fucking crazy? You're going to tell me, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? To teach so much? Yes, you teach so much. And I was looking at, again, some statistics, some research, because I love data. Data is never going to lie to you. Never
Mhm.
ever. Your mind, your heart, your feelings.
Yeah.
I don't want to say, but everyone can lie to you. But the data of your work is never going to lie. And the data is exactly the money that you make.
Mm.
So on the data, if you look, you can see, hey, okay, I haven't got leads this month. So that's the reason why I haven't converted. Or for the last 3 months, I didn't got any new leads. That's the reason why people are getting burned out and doesn't show up to my events. But now coming back to the data. So in nowadays, after a lot of people have been burned, we are going through a trust recession. Um, the economy is a bit shaky at the moment,
Mhm.
and we start valuing our money more than we was doing previously. Previously, it was to spend 20K. It was like, okay, here are the money. Now, if it's for me to invest 20K, I may take a year to follow that person. I may take a year to consume her content. I may take a year to look at her.
Mhm.
And in an average, we need somewhere in between 5 to 7 hours of content before we buy.
Okay. So by doing those events, condensed event, you're
Yes,
like,
compress the time. Because if
right.
you just rely on social media to post, to go live, to share your story, for God's sake, the statistics show that you are going to need around 3 to 4 years until you close the client.
Mm. Wow, makes sense.
And I ask my client, after how long have you bought? And they are telling me, hey, Andrea, I was in your 3 day event. After I was into your 2 hour webinar. And I bought after having a week of coaching with you. Because sometimes I offer also one to one, just market research, and I help them also to solve a problem. So she bought after uh, 9 hours exactly.
Wow. Mm. So what would you
That's a
say?
skeptical one, please.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's just
So if I was
an
to rely on
example.
social media, would I have closed her?
Probably not, or maybe a long time from now. I mean, so if anyone who is listening is thinking, yeah, but aren't you afraid to be seen as the girl who gives things for free? Like, because I know we've all heard things like that. Like, if I deliver too much for free, then I'm going to be friend zoned. And what
No,
would you
because
say?
this is going to happen, like I said earlier, if you don't have every single day a lead execution plan. If you don't have leads coming in every single day, yes, you're going to be called that girl. 100% on that. But if you bring new leads in,
Hmm. Right. Yeah, because people follow a free event, maybe two, just to make sure they get your vibe, and then they move on. So you constantly need new eyeballs on the offer, and I mean, whatever the mini money event you're doing. I love that.
yeah, because actually they are I call them mini money events because you can do them, you can run them with 10 people, you can run them with 70 people inside the room. And it's a cash boost every single month. So I love the mini money events. Because they're so you're offered, you can sell it always. You don't have to rely on the big launches.
Mm,
You don't have to rely on opening the cord on the first and the program ends after 3 months. And if just in case you get 3 people in, you're fucked up because you're going to work for 6K the next 3 months basically. While you prepare also the next launch and you are so freaking disappointed that you don't feel in launching again.
yeah, yeah, that can also happen for sure.
Yes, of course can happen.
Mm. So back to the group offer, and I'm laughing because that used to be me. Like first, when I first started my first business in 2016, until recently, like me, a group offer, nah, no, never. Like, no, thank you. And here I am just raving about my group offer because it's the best decision ever that I've made for my business. Um, for me, the biggest misconception about group offers, and I know I'm not alone because I've heard this from many people as well, is that, wow, filling a group offer, it takes like, how can you get enough people? that they would all want to start at the same date and they would all be in the same time zone to attend the calls and all of that. I know this can be some sort of heavy burden for so many people. But with the scalable offers, and this model is like totally different.
Yeah,
So,
because you can enroll people anytime. So the court in the first phase, you record it while you already tested.
mhm,
With your first round in, can be 5, can be 10 people. Ideal is to always say to 10 people to taste it, to test, see how it goes. And you record it as you go. Now,
mhm.
as you go, already in the second month, when you have module 1, you can already get other people in.
Right, because they have something to eat, like food on the table to eat while
Yes,
you're preparing the next one.
exactly. On the second month, you already can get people in. And everyone, so listen carefully here. It was a blog that I had it also. And I want to be very clear on that. It doesn't matter how much you want to have your offer and to spot the people that all need the same thing at the same time. It's going to be impossible.
Mm,
You can solve the problem for thousands of people at the same time. One problem for millions of people at the same time. But you will never ever find 1 million people at the same time to be at the same point with their life.
right.
So that's the beauty about scalable group offer. Because
Mm,
when you have a scalable group offer, they just jump in, you have the calls, the coaching calls, and you take the questions as they go. And another thing that I want you guys to pay really attention is that when you have a court recorded, a program that is recorded, everyone learns different. And I'm
mm,
going to give you an example about myself. When I learn, I love to have the entire program ready. Or at least to have 1 or 2 module in, even 1 module in. Because time that I do the first module, the second one is coming and I'm fine with that. I don't mind. However, I'm not going to put any type of work in. So listen carefully. I'm not putting any type of work in until I don't revisit the same module 2 times.
mm. Yeah.
Because what happens usually when you get into a program, you have that excitement and the adrenaline that you are in. Yes, fuck, I did it. I paid it. I'm in. Oh my God, I'm going to Skyrock. What Andrea said, build your community, get 20 leads every single day. Okay, I'm going to do 40 leads. For how long?
Mm, yeah.
You know, for how long? Exactly 10 days max.
Yeah, because then it's a burst and it's not
Then
sustainable.
the work kicks in and you're like, fuck this shit. How much work I have to put in order to get there.
Mm,
And to be honest, to get anything requires work.
yeah,
Any single
absolutely.
freaking thing, anything requires work. So those who promote no work, in
No,
my opinion, doesn't exist.
no, run
You
away.
still need to work. You still need to be disciplined. In
Yeah.
business, you need to be disciplined. In business, you need to know your numbers and you need to put the work in. So what happens? First, you get so excited and you are at the top, and after boom, you see the work because you do, right? You do 40, 40, 40, 40 leads every single day. Well, congratulations. There are people out there that are doing hundreds and nobody clapped their hand for. But for
Mm,
you at 40, we have to clap the hand for. And you see that nothing is happening because obviously you create your offer. So when you get inside my program, right, you create your offer. First thing, first module is designing your offer. Second module is building your community.
okay.
Time that you do the market research, you build a community, you get leads in. Okay, the community is empty, you don't post anything, you don't do anything inside there. But fuck that shit, who cares? People are excited for the big news.
Mm.
So you
Okay.
build everything. And while you test the offer, you already have a community to who to sell it. You move to module 2. In module 2, you learn sales.
Yeah, so you already have the foundation and people to sell to. So,
What's the point for you to wait until you finish the entire curriculum after me to teach you sales?
mm,
I teach you sales from the beginning. So you know what is you are going to face. And when you see in sales that you have to cover objections, you have to cover it's so many things to speak about sales.
yeah.
How to qualify leads, how to get leads, where to find leads, and it's so much end of the day.
Yeah, and already define who you want to work with, like who is your ideal lead.
This
Because
we
this
define it in
is,
the first moment. This we
mm,
define it when we have the transformation because the transformation is going to solve one problem for your ideal client.
yes,
And
like you
from
reverse
there,
engineer.
yes, I reverse engineer. So from there, once you when you start laying down your your curriculum
Mm-hmm.
and decide your 3 pillar, your 6 modules, this is the time that you start building your community. Either is a Facebook group, either is a school community, either is a WhatsApp group, whatever makes you happy end of the day. I will honestly go for Facebook group. I love Facebook groups. But I'm saying that because this is how you have actually uh control on your leads.
Mm-hmm.
And you said the beginning is easy. So you send a couple of friend requests, you invite your friends to the group, you send a couple of group invites, it's easy. But
Right.
time that you add also the other things on top, what happens? The motivation go down. Pam, 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 pam. Beep, beep, beep. I'm at the bottom.
Yeah.
Wow, there's so much work to do. And here is where most of the people actually quit, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people stop there. Instead of keep going, because keep going is a snowball effect. When you have a
Right.
small snowball, and if you do, as I said, start with 10, add 15, add 20, do it gradually. And I always give this analogy to my clients. If we go tomorrow in a gym, and this is available also for my guys. If you think why you haven't achieved yet your 10K or your 6 figure yet, think about this and really give it a really thought to this. If tomorrow we go together at the gym and I'm giving you 100 kilos to lift, are you prepared to do it?
Mm. No, because you have to start lifting 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah.
Exactly. This is also with leads. This is also with money. You can't aim to get to 100K if you haven't trained yourself to manage 5K, to manage 10K, to manage 15K, to
Mm.
manage 20K, so on and so forth.
Makes sense.
So most of the people quit there. But if you keep going, the momentum is building and you learn the sales, you set up your presentation, you do your mini money event, followed by a masterclass or a webinar, whatever makes you happy. And why this? Like I said, 7 hours, right? Or 6 hours. You need between 5 to 7 hours to convert. So think that there are going to be people that convert in the 5 days, in the first 5 days. Afterwards, uh, for those who are still on the fence, here is where actually you give them the exact strategy. And I always say, don't keep it for yourself. The how. Here you give them the how. Here you give them the roadmap. Like example, in this moment that I'm telling you, hey guys, okay, create build your community, create a Facebook group or community, fill it up, do a mini money event, followed by a masterclass or a webinar, and sell as crazy. That's the how, basically.
Mm, yeah, that's the
But
framework.
the missing part, yes, I'm
Basically.
teaching you up to here.
Yeah.
I give you exactly what to do in the webinar.
Yeah, like the meat and how to apply this with your like for yourself, with your business, with exactly what you are building for yourself.
So in during the mini money event, of course, we learn, we understand the business model, we do so many things inside. But when it comes to the webinar is where you convert the rest of 50% that are on the fence.
Mm,
And there is actually where is the leverage. And what
right.
happened? Again, you start being visible. There are going to be people that haven't bought, it's totally fine. And here you build resilience and the momentum that I'm saying. You go and you invite them again to your second mini money event. Maybe they are saying no. It's totally fine
Yeah.
because people are in different season of their lives. And if I don't answer to you or if I don't join your event today, it's not because I don't like what you do. I don't want what you have. It's just because I have other priorities in this moment.
Right. Yeah, we
And
can never
your
know what's going on.
duty as a business owner is to inform me.
Mm,
If I feel that I'm bothered by your messages, I'm just going to give you a block. And kudos on those who accept that block. Because anyway, that person will never ever buy from you. So don't feel scared to DM and invite people to your event.
yeah, actually, this is something I've learned too, and it's I guess it's related to mindset, but not only because we cannot know what we cannot know, right? But the
Yeah.
wow, this event, like this person didn't buy or they kind of disappeared, and then you're like in this awkward phase. What do I do? But just keep going. Like it's not a final no. Maybe they're going through stuff in their family. Maybe they're having a holiday. Like not taking things personally in business is really what makes the difference. And until someone, like you just said, until someone has unsubscribed or told you to remove them or blocked or whatever, or completely walked away and closed the door, as long as they have given you their permission to enter, like I say, between quotation mark, communicationship with them, there's nothing wrong to keep sending newsletters, giving value and treating them like they matter. Like not only just selling and selling and selling, also sharing this value and sharing more, planting more seeds,
I want to be
basically.
very honest and like I'm always honest and I always share what I think and I always share the true how things are. And you can tell me if I'm wrong. But in your case, and now I'm going to ask you and you have to answer me, please 100% the way that first thought that came to your mind.
Okay.
When you join someone email list,
Mm-hmm.
deep down, what are you expecting?
Well, value to get to know them as a business owner in terms of like not I'm not talking about personal life, but more like the way they think, their thought leadership, just to see if their values, their ways align with mine, if I can trust them, if I can learn something from them, but not from a place of taking from an unhealthy perspective, you know what I mean? But just yeah, see how they think.
Okay,
And
and why do you want to know all that?
because I want to know if I can trust them. If I would invest in them, would I be disappointed like I was in the past? Because,
Exactly.
yeah,
So people join your email list, people join your community because they want to be sold in. They want to buy.
right. Yeah. The way you're like this question that you asked me, like, gave me, like, yeah, of course, like light bulb moment, you know?
So don't be scared to email your email list.
Yeah,
I was
absolutely.
emailing my email list now For those who doesn't know, I was 5 weeks in holiday. So the beauty part of having a scalable group of
Yep.
5 weeks away,
5 weeks away
minimal
and
events, no nothing. So 5 weeks away was pretty cool.
yeah.
I haven't emailed my email list just now and then, but usually I email my email list every single morning when I
Oh,
wake up. Time that I'm
okay.
having my coffee, I email to my email list.
Okay. So every day, like even on weekend or just
Yes, every single freaking day. And was a moment that I stopped.
okay.
So here was my wow question, right? My like first I was thinking, gosh, I'm going to to burn them out. Because I do 2 emails, 3 emails value, and after I sell them, 3 emails value, and after I sell design to scale. But everything that I do is related to design to scale. So this is why having
Mm,
one single freaking offer is so easy to plant it. And you can
yeah.
speak about so many things. You have 3 pillars, you have 6 freaking modules. Is what you are expert at. So you can't tell me you can't come out with original content.
Mm,
You can't tell me that you don't have what to talk about.
hmm. Right.
I don't believe you. Whoever comes to me and tell me I don't know what to talk about, I don't believe them.
Mm,
I probably don't believe them. So I was thinking that my email list is going to be to get bored, to get burned out. But the moment that I stopped, people was emailing me. Are you okay? I see you on social, but you are not anymore in my in my morning news. Like I'm like, okay, like your coffee.
I
Where's
love
my
it.
coffee?
I love this.
So be the coffee for your community, and you are the leader. If you don't stand up, and here I'm messing it also up. Life is lifelink. So
Mm,
there are moments that I don't email every single day. There are moments that I tell them, hey guys, I'm going through this situation. My apologies for XYZ. I had Paul sick and I was running events with him in my arms. I was having conference with him breastfeeding.
mm,
Because end of the day, whoever sits in my community, and guys, you have to know before you follow me and before you jump inside my community, I give a lot of value. I always say how to do it, what to do it. I'm there 100%.
mhm,
But you are not there for me to show up with tied up hair, with makeup, all tidy up. You are there to listen at what I know, not necessary to watch me.
mm. Yeah. Yeah, because that's not an influencer business model. And once again, nothing wrong with that for those who want this. But this is also something I keep talking about. It's like we're not here for the polished version. We're here to be just as
Yes,
we are. We're here for the value. So whether you deliver the present in a beautiful wrap paper or just a carton box, that's what's inside that matters. It's not what's outside or the fluff, basically.
I know.
Absolutely. Yeah, I totally resonate with that because I cannot stand the fluff, the running around the bush and saying things just like empty talk. And at the end of the day, the live or the webinar or whatever that is over. And like, what was my takeaway from that? I freaking wasted my time. And I hate that.
So there are different ways in finding value, and I want to talk about something a value that not too many people are aware of, and that was when I actually was in a paid program, and I was shocked that I paid a lot of money, which I was struggling in that moment, and even though I was struggling financially, I invested in that program with
Mm-hmm.
all my beliefs, and I came out with nothing new.
Mm.
Everything was there. I knew it. And here is what I want you to take away is when this happened, ask yourself, are you actually doing everything that you know? Because
Mm.
for me it was a aha moment and a slap in the face that I knew everything that this woman said was a $1 million program.
Wow.
So I was like, this woman, everything that she says is right, but I am not doing 90% of everything, which was a freaking shock for me.
Wow. Yeah.
So even with the webinar, is the same thing. You heard that niching down. Everyone talks about that, but are you actually doing it?
Yeah, because sometimes we have blind spots and we think we're doing it, but we are not really doing it. But then we're like, yeah, I have so many BS in my head because I'm like, yes, but what if I do this and what if I do that? And at the end of the day, sometimes it's the fear also to niche down because we're like, yeah, but I'm going to close doors to people. But that's just an illusion. Because, like you said at the beginning of the episode, we need to be known for one thing, but to one person as well, not to the 8 billion people on the planet, because we cannot serve 8 billion people anyway. We want to be known for one thing to the one who needs it. And that's what makes the difference. And that's when niching down is actually the beauty of it, right? So, what do you usually say if someone tells you, yeah, but I don't want to niche down because I'm a creative. I don't want to trap myself into one box because that's just smothering and I want to do several things.
Look, don't work with me. You are not for me. I'm
Mm.
here with for people that wants to make money. I'm not here for time wasters. Sorry, guys.
Mm.
I'm not here
I've
to cuddle you. I'm not here to uh, beg you to make money. I'm not here to beg you to change your life.
Mhm.
If you want to listen and do it, do it. If you don't, it's your own responsibility. Either you are rich, either you are poor, it's your own responsibility for that. Either you make money, either you don't make money, it's your fucking responsibility for that.
Right.
And when
Because
you have the balls actually to look in the mirror and say, hey, I'm resilient at that, and I don't want to do that. Hey, nobody tells you that you can't be creative. I'm a very creative person. Very creative person. Think that I was nominated top 21 florist and event designer in the world back in
wow,
2018.
congrats.
So to get there, a part of my business skills, I needed also creativity.
Hmm.
And I'm going to give you an example. 6 pink roses, which are all the same freaking rose. Pink rose is still a pink rose. A red rose is still a red rose. Around my area, there was other 5 florists, which they were selling the same pink rose, right? Because pink rose is pink rose.
Right.
My 6 pink roses was at £96,
Hmm.
and the other 5 florists was selling them with £30.
Wow. So you had a difference, like you found a way to
Creativity.
make it unique.
Creativity.
Mm.
So in business is the same. And you can create and you can be you are unique, you are you, and nobody for fuck's sake is going to copy you. Because the way that you are going to lay down that program,
Mm.
you can use your creativity in so many ways. You can have fun. You are the owner of your business. You can decide how many calls you want to have. Can decide how many meetings you want to have. You can decide how many sub modules you want to have. Be creative, play around. Okay, you know how to journal and you are so fucking passionate about journaling. Well done. Then speak about your passion as a bonus.
Mm.
Everything else, whatever doesn't feel that goes into your main transformation, add them as a bonus.
Mm.
And stack the value of your offer. Be creative. You need to be creative in order to be in business.
Yeah. Yeah. And I find that, I mean, me in the past, in my previous business, like I would also, now I see it, that saying, I don't want to niche down, that was just because of fear. And that was also an excuse to say, yeah, but I don't want to just do one thing because I'm creative. I want to do this, and that. But this was really me finding it hard to focus. And that was also like procrastination or fear of success mixed with a fear of failure. So sometimes the fact that we say to ourselves, I don't want to just focus on one thing, I don't want to focus just on one ideal client, that's also sometimes a little bit of BS that we tell ourselves, even if we
Of course,
think
it's
we
a
mean
BS
it.
because when you go into university and if you go and you study medicine, you study in the first year general medicine, and
Mm,
after you get to specialize yourself in the sector that you want. Imagine if a doctor that is a cardiologist would be also a dentist.
mm.
You know, he's freaking creative. He can bite your heart. I'm joking, guys. But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
do you think that doctor is scared? No, the doctor is just focused to save that person life by treating his heart.
right. Yeah. I have one more question for you. What would you say to someone who is thinking, I don't know what to teach? Like, I know what I do with my clients, but how could I even put that in a course or a scalable offer? I don't know how to do that. What would you say to that person? They want it, but they're just like, I'm not sure I can, in terms of I don't
So,
have enough material.
I have one of my clients. She came with this situation. I don't call it problem. I call it a situation.
Mm-hmm.
For the last 5 years, she's trying to build a course, a group offer, and come out from the one-to-one. So when I start laying down with her all her expertise,
Mm-hmm.
I write down everything, like basically every single thing that she's expert at. And after I put her to choose 5 things that she actually gets freaking excited about, because we all are expert in so many things. We can speak about
Yeah.
so many things, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So when she found the first five, I asked her which are the three one that you actually love them, because I'm pretty sure what you don't like. Let's cut off the last two that you don't like. And when she cut the last two, she found her three pillars.
Wow. So she just needed guidance and someone to ask her the right question. So
Yes.
if
And
anyone
it's
is
like a
listening and they're like, oh, I want that, but I'm not sure.
and
Like,
it's like a restaurant, right? When you go to a restaurant and you have the menu in front of you, right? This is why I asked them to write down.
mm-hmm.
Because when you have the menu in front of you, what are you doing actually with the menu? You said, I don't fancy the soup today, the beef soup, but I'm going to go for a tomato soup. So what you do? You eliminate what you dislike and you keep what you like.
Right. Yeah.
The same is also if you lay down everything in your expertise, everything that you like, everything that you love,
Mm-hmm.
everything that you're an expert at, because even that restaurant, they will not write example, uh, slow cooked beef if they're an Italian restaurant.
Mm.
They will not have it in the menu because they are Italian and they don't cook slow beef, the Sunday roast.
Mm. Right.
And after from all those dishes, they are going to put them all down and say, okay, which do we actually are we don't want them in and what are we expert on? Then they write them down. They put everything on a piece of paper. But I don't. I'm not sure about this. I don't want this. I don't want this. And they are going to remain with a really tiny option
Mm.
because our brain is not taught to say I want first, I like first. They are taught to say no. And I'm looking
Right.
also at my toddler. We are in the phase of no. Like everything is a no. Honestly, everything is a no. And I'm becoming so resilient to know that's the best part. Like, no, 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 mommy. So I'm looking also, I never understood that before, right? But now how the brain develops and how we grow is like we first thing that we say is no. And we are
Mm.
going to say it for an entire freaking year.
Mm.
So the age of 2 is all about no. And no is part of your autonomy. So what you do, you basically say no to that expertise because you feel more confident and sure on what you want. And
Mm.
there is where you build confidence in teaching what you love and what you are truly expert on. That you
Right.
can go for hours. I can speak about business for hours, like basically for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, it's true that it's easier to know what we don't want if we don't know what we want straight away, like eliminating, do I want to do that? Do I want to be known for that? And at some point, this is what happened with me. I was so tired of my own BS that I'm like, okay, no. Because every time I would push on my boundary, something shitty, if you pardon my language, would happen. Like to reflect back to me what I was like pushing through. And then I'm like, I'm tired of that. I don't want that. And that this is also what what helped me be so sure of this offer. But if I had known that earlier in business, I wouldn't have wasted that much time. So, what would you say? Like, what would be a final piece of advice that you would want anyone listening to go home with?
To think about the baker.
Mm.
That the baker is still a baker and he still bakes the same bread every single fucking day of his life.
Mm.
And he still open that bakery every single freaking day. Even if he's so tired, even if he is tired of sitting in that hot, because it's hot inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even if he's tired of everything that is surrounding, even if it's so freaking boring of doing the same thing over and over again. But he became the baker of the city because he does it over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Right. That's a great analogy.
If it's something that you can take away from the entire hour that we are together, is give time to maturate.
Mm. Yeah. And
Don't jump from an offer to another one just because it didn't solve that time. I had also failed launches. I had launches that I made zero, but I keep going on.
mm, right. Yeah. The only way to fail is to give up, really, or never try. But when you never
Yes.
try, you still give up on yourself in a
Yeah.
sense.
So
So
that's if they are taking something away from today lesson, from today, podcast and from our episode, it's just try and go, continue to go.
yeah,
Because
because
more you do it, more you are going to be more expert. And anyway, whatever your thoughts are, if you are opening your social media and you try to post now and you are asking yourself, I want this post to be perfect. If you look 1 year back to your post, and I want you to take actually your social media now and look back to 1 year and look how stupid what that was that post.
cringe. Like I had this Facebook memory from 2 years ago. I'm like, oh no. But growth, like, yeah, cheers.
Why? What makes you become an expert?
Right.
Because you give time enough to maturate.
Mm.
And you speak
And
about your business. You speak enough about one single thing. You don't confuse your audience. You are that cardiologist.
mm. And I love what you said about even if it's boring and it's always the same, because some marketing movements, to call it that way, would be like, oh, business always has to feel exciting. If it's not exciting, just don't do it. No, we don't live in unicorn land. Like unicorn poop is still poop. Like, don't try to make it what it's not. So this really gets on my nerves.
Don't get me started.
Girl,
Do not get me started on that.
yeah.
There are going to be days where you are flower power. There are going to be days where you. So, I'm going to share a short story with you. I worked so hard to make my first shop successful. I
Mm-hmm.
worked so hard to earn my titles in London. I worked so hard to be featured on endless magazine covers for
Wow.
free, not paid. I worked so hard to be almost on the top of the pyramid. I'm not saying the top because I wasn't there, but I was almost there. I was 75% there. And
Mm-hmm.
more you climb, more you see that only few people are up there on the top. Like in our industry, we can account them who are the leaders, who are
Right.
true leaders. Now, I was having around 5 to 8 weddings per weekend.
Wow.
I was not designing anymore, so basically I was not putting the flower myself anymore. I had freelancer, I have my own employees and they was doing them. I had my managers, they was on the side. But I was traveling from venue to venue, so I make sure that everything is exactly how the bride want,
Mm-hmm.
and also to add my signature touch at the end because that
Okay.
was only what I was doing.
Okay.
So it was hard, and my car got broken. The dealer from where I bought my car, they gave me a BMW, which was so freaking low. And as soon I was trying to drive it, had so many horsepower that I was feeling that I'm flying, and I was
Wow.
hating that feeling.
Ooh.
Like basically I hate low cars. So for me, like a 4x4 will is going to be perfect. But I need the car to be up. I don't like the lower cars. And I was so stressed with these weddings. And one of the wedding uh, was an incident in front. The girl that was driving the van put the brake, and the flowers around 50% get damaged.
Oh no.
So I worked hard for my title. Everything was going well, right? We had weddings, we was making money. My Instagram was producing around 30K every single month.
Wow.
So was perfect. My life was the best. I was buying my first property in London. I enrolled myself into university. Everything flower power.
Mm-hmm.
We sort out the flowers, but I was so pissed off and tired that I called my mom and I went into the petrol station. I bought 5 liter of petrol in a can,
Mm-hmm.
and I sat in front of my shop, ready to burn it down.
Wow. Wow.
And I was doing what I was loving. There are going to be moments that you want to burn down everything. There are going to be moments that you love everything.
Yeah. I just we need to get used to that and accept it.
And with my best friend, we have a code. And our morning routine is like, you know what? We don't give a fuck how boring is our business. Our life is exciting.
Mm,
And anyway, your life is not going to be even more excited if you have a 9 to 5 and you do the same fucking thing, because that's why corporate hire you to do one thing and do it good. So do the
right.
fucking same thing, one thing in your business and do it good.
Right. Absolutely. Mm,
And more you grow, more you can add another offer. You can add a mastermind after, you can add this inner circle. It's not a problem. You can upsell, don't worry.
yeah. But to promote, it's so much simpler to promote one thing. And
Yes.
I've been there myself, so I can definitely agree with what you're saying. And like, yeah, because I used to be that person who had so many offers and spinning my plates all over the place. What do I have to promote today? Oh, I don't know. Now I'm just like, yeah, I know what to promote.
Like
Easy.
Coca-Cola, they do Sprite, they do Fanta, they do 7-Up, they do ice creams, they do Bounty, they do chocolates, they do so many things, right?
Right?
But what do they market for the last 150 years? And they are the leaders in the marketing. Every single month they are spending over 15 millions in marketing.
Mm, right. So proves that it works, like
What's
repetition
what they
works.
promote? Just a freaking Coca-Cola. That's it. Nothing else.
Mm,
But they have an entire empire of drinks.
yep.
And not only, like I said, chocolates, ice cream, and so on and so forth.
Right. So
But they
yeah.
don't spend money on anything else apart of Coca-Cola. And because of that, they was able to create Santa Claus, which is
Mhm.
another marketing strategy where they push us to spend money on presents for Christmas because Santa is coming.
Right.
And you can't have Christmas without a Coca-Cola on your table, because that was always showing it to us to TV. What? A table, a Christmas tree, the Santa, children, mom and dad, grandma, grandpa, and everyone happy at the table with a glass of Coca-Cola.
Right. Mm,
So just think
repetition.
about them. 150 years. Next year they are going to be 151 years exactly.
Right. Yeah, repetition, being known for one thing to one person. Absolutely. So I know you mentioned Facebook, but how can people find you? Do you want to give more information?
I will share with you the Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
So I give a lot of free trainings there. And if they have any question, every Friday we have See on Call, which everyone is allowed to ask one question about
Mm,
offer, about selling, and about scaling, which scaling actually means being visible, visibility. Because you scale through visibility. It doesn't matter how good is your offer if no one sees it. So,
right.
yes.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Andrea, for having been my guest. It was a really good conversation. I really hope that those who are listening will find value. I really appreciated everything that you shared. So thank you so much for your time, for the value. And like we said earlier, I will put all the links in the description so people can go and enter your world.
Super. Thank you so much, Morgan. But before we leave, what's one thing that you are going away from today? I know
Oh,
it's your show, I know, but I really love to know what is one thing.
yeah, that's great. You know what you said earlier about the email list, like people who subscribe, they actually expect to be sold to. Like, it's the way you ask the question and the way the conversation flew that it was really like it really made something click in my brain. And you know how sometimes we know things, but it lands differently according to who is saying it and the perspective that is being shared. So this is, of course, like I've had many takeaways from this conversation, but this is the biggest light bulb moment for me. So thank you so much for that.
You, Morgan.
And
Thank
thanks
you,
for asking.
everyone, for listening to us. Thank you for staying here with us and not let us alone because it's so important and we appreciate you and we love you. And we can't wait to see you into our world.
Right. So thanks, everybody. Make sure to follow Andreea. Go and give her some love, enter her community. And as for me, I will see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.